I want to go over the pay program and share some of the benefits of how it's set up. I'm going to use this pen. I think it might be easier to see. We have a base pay, which I think you guys are probably familiar with already. But we also have a bonus incentive pay program also. Now, we pay whichever one's greater, either the base or the bonus, okay? Now, the base, guys, when somebody's accepted to work with us, of course, the base pay, as you already know, is $9, okay? Now, this is a fixed rate of pay, so it's not based on, sales or commissions or anything like that. It's just a flat $9 base, okay? Now, what's great about that is that, it doesn't matter how much somebody sells or not, the base always remains the same. Now, we count a demo as a whole hour's worth of work. Even though a demo only takes like 30 or 40 minutes or something like that, we count it as a whole hour because we're not going to follow people around at the stop line and go, okay, that was 35 minutes, okay, that was 28, that was 46. I mean, we're not going to do that. And we're not going to penalize somebody because a demo didn't take an hour. Okay, so if somebody did a 30-minute demo, we're not going to go, okay, you earned $4.50. You know what I mean? So we just count it as a whole hour. The reason we do that too is because that way it kind of compensates for maybe some travel time or travel expense, that might be involved. We figure that doing it by the demo kind of just makes it all come out in the wash really easy. Okay, and that's a lot more fair for people. Does that make sense how we do that? Now, as far as keeping track of demos, we just have a real simple demo log. We just have people list it down, just have them log it down. I mean, it's real simple. I mean, we don't make people we don't make our customers sign it, verify, something like that, because it's not like a report card in third grade or something to take home to your parents. I mean, we don't make you call from the demo and say, hey, I'm really here. I mean, we just have people log it down. It's a real simple approach, very, very basic. Then we can verify and review it from there. That's how we keep track of it. Is that pretty clear to everybody? So you think about this, let's just say somebody had 4 appointments, they made $9 a piece, that'd be like what? Yeah, $360, right? And that's regardless of how much somebody sold or not. Okay, I mean, it's $360, it's real simple. Okay. So I mean, I didn't lose anybody on the math, did I? Okay, all right. The base is real simple. We're going to pay the base or the bonus, whichever one is greater. So we'll pay whichever one's more money. And the reason we do that is because we really feel like our base pay is a fair and reasonable pay rate without a bonus on top of it. So we don't pay the base plus the bonus, but instead we'll pay whichever one's more money. Okay, so the minimum amount then that somebody should earn should be at least how much? The base rate, right? Okay, but the bonus program would be paid if it was more money. So let me kind of give you an example on the bonus works. I don't know if you guys have ever worked where you had bonus options or something like that, but like in a department store, sometimes they'll pay like 1 or 2% or 3 or 4%, something like that, right? Well, we start our people up at a very high percentage. We start them up at 10%. Now, that's extremely high for the volume that we sell. I want to walk you through this. Say it's at 10% from $0 to $999 in sales. Okay, that's career sales. When somebody gets to $1,000 in career sales, we increase their percentage up to 15%. Okay? That's a 50% increase in percentage. It's a 50% increase in pay, essentially. Now, how big are most pay increases usually? Like at most jobs, when they get a pay raise, how much do they usually owe? All right, a dime, a quarter, or something like that. All right, about an extra Coke or something, right? Okay, well, this is a pretty extensive jump. Now, I know percentages don't mean a lot, so let me just help you out here a little bit. Our average order fluctuates between $150 and $200. Usually about 2 out of 3 people, usually 5. Well, when we think about that, if somebody was going to need just $1,000 to get their first promotion, how many average orders would it take to sell $1,000? 5, 6, something like that, right? I mean, and since 2 out of 3 people is kind of our average, a little better than half, then there'd be about, what, 8, 9 people that would need to be seen? Somebody do that in a day. 2 days maybe, right? 3 days if you're really part-time, okay? But something that's going to happen very fast. So therefore, the first promotion here is probably going to happen within somebody's first weekend, something like that, 3 days, something like that, for sure in the first week. How long does it take you? Most jobs get first pay raise? It takes a little longer, right? Our promotions happen a little faster than what most people are used to, but nobody ever seems to mind. Now, when somebody gets to 3,000, we increase it again, and it goes all the way to 20%. When somebody gets to the $6,000 mark, it goes all the way to 25%. Then when somebody gets to $10,000 and above, It goes all the way to 30%. Tripling basically where somebody first started. How long does it take you most jobs to triple your starting pay?
10 years.
Okay. Never, retirement, you know, I mean, what's exciting about this is realistically, somebody could get to this level within a summer, you know. As a matter of fact, somebody could probably even do it within 6 weeks, you know. And what's great about this is that, you know, somebody's at 30%, I mean, you can kind of imagine, I mean, even at 10%, an average order would earn what, $15 to $20 at 10%? That's quite a bit more than a $9 base, huh? So he's at 20%, of course, now it's like 30 to 40. If they're at 30%, we're talking about 45 to 60. But which program do you think people are probably going to make more money on eventually? Yeah, a good chance that as their percentages get higher, they make more over here, right? Now, here's what's great though. You know, if somebody gets to 30%, our whole objective, of course, or one of the goals for most of our people this summer is to get to that level because then they can go back to school at 30%. And even if they work very part-time with their company during the school year, do they have to do a whole lot of work to make some pretty substantial income during the school year? Not really. So therefore, it doesn't affect their school, their grades, or anything like that. Because, I mean, if the 30% somebody just made 3 average orders a week, they'd be making between $150 and $200 a week income on just 3 sales a week. You know, which wouldn't take a whole lot of energy or time out of their school schedule. You know, and that allows people to be able to, you know, afford to go to school and work at the same time. And that's something that, you know, of course, we discussed if accepted come time, you know, in the fall. But I want y'all to understand why we set it up like that. Does that make sense, guys? See, here's the key word of this whole program: career sales. Can somebody define what career sales is? Okay, it's the total accumulation of all the sales since you've worked with the company, right? And so therefore, since this is all based on career sales, do